Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious New Orleans shrimp po' boy. Now, this sandwich consists of well-seasoned fried shrimp, and the po' boy is dressed with lettuce, tomato, pickles, mayonnaise, ketchup, all on a toasted New Orleans Baguette style French bread. That's right. This sandwich makes about 12 inches long, that's about 1 foot sandwiches, or you can take the sandwich and cut it in half and you can make up to 4 6-inch long sandwiches. Perfectly well seasoned, flavorful, and absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your New Orleans shrimp po' boy. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need 2 to 3 pounds of medium-sized Louisiana shrimp, yellow cornmeal, all-purpose flour, large eggs at room temperature, vegetable or canola oil, salted butter, 1 medium-sized lemon, some romaine lettuce, 1 large tomato, and some pickles. Now this is the bread and butter pickle chips that I have here. You will also need some mayonnaise, and I'm using Blue Plate mayonnaise, that's a New Orleans brand mayonnaise, and some ketchup. Now for your seasonings, you will need some salt, black pepper, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Now if you don't have this, you can use the Zatarain's Creole seasoning or the Slap Mama Cajun seasoning. You will also need some Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic, granulated onion, granulated garlic, cayenne pepper, and for your French bread, you will need a baguette style French bread. This is 10 ounces in weight, and this is a New Orleans style French bread that I have here. And for your tools, you will need a cooling rack with an 11 by 17 inch baking pan underneath it, a pastry brush, a mesh straining spoon, and to fry your shrimp, you will need a 4-quart medium-sized pot. You're also going to need a thermometer with that, and you can also use a deep fryer as well. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started with our shrimp. So here we have a shrimp. We're going to remove the shrimp head off of the shrimp tail. You're going to peel the shell off of the shrimp tail. You're going to place the shell into one bowl with the shrimp heads. You're going to take the shrimp tail and place that into a separate bowl. To devein the shrimp, here we have a serrated knife. You're going to cut out the back of the shrimp, going down the length. Open that up. And as you can see, here's the contents of the shrimp's digestive tract. You're going to take your fingers and you're going to pull that out and remove anything else that might be in there. And from there, our shrimp tails have been deveined. Once done, you're going to place the shrimp tails into a separate bowl. Okay, I placed my shrimp tails into this large strainer. Next, you're going to rinse the shrimp tails off with cold water. Alright, next you're going to rinse your romaine lettuce off with cold water. Make sure you rinse it off really good because sometimes romaine lettuce may have insects or dirt on it. You want to make sure you just rinse that off really well. Next, you're going to rinse off 1 large tomato and your lemon off with cold water. Alright, here I have 1 medium-sized lemon. I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut the lemon in half. And there we go. Alright, let's get started with seasoning and marinating our shrimp tails. So in this medium-sized bowl, add 1/4 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, a 1/2 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated onion, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and squeeze half of a lemon. Take your hands and coat the seasonings and the lemon juice onto the shrimp tails. Cover your bowl with a lid and place this into your refrigerator for about 2 to 4 hours or overnight. Alright, here we have our romaine lettuce. You're going to take your knife and you're going to cut the lettuce down the length in 4 different sections on the lettuce. And from there, I'm going to cut the lettuce leaves horizontally. And this is how it looks when it's done. Alright, here we have 1 large tomato. I'm going to start by taking a spoon and I'm just going to dig out the stem of the tomato. From there, I'm going to turn the tomato on its side and I'm going to slice off the top portion of the tomato off. And once done, you're going to take your knife and you're going to slice the tomato into thin slices. And this is how it looks when it's done. As you can see, the tomato, perfect slices. Alright, let's get started with our seasoned egg batter. So in this medium-sized bowl, I've added 4 large eggs at room temperature. So let's add some seasoning. Add 1/4 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of Chef Paul's Seafood Magic, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated onion, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and squeeze half of a lemon. Take a whisk and stir all your ingredients together until combined. Alright, let's get started with making our seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. So in this large Tupperware, make sure you have a lid with that, of course. Add 1 1/2 cups of yellow cornmeal, 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, and for your seasonings, add 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 to 3 teaspoons of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, 2 teaspoons of Chef Paul's Seafood Magic, 2 teaspoons of granulated onion, 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Stir all your ingredients together. Preheat your fire to medium heat. If you have a deep fryer, set it to 375 degrees. Alright, let's get started with heating our oil. So in this medium-sized 4-quart pot, I've added 48 fluid ounces of vegetable or canola oil in there. Now if you're using a deep fryer, you want to add the amount of oil according to your deep fryer's instructional manual to determine how much oil to add. Let the oil get hot until it reaches a temperature of 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Same procedure if you're using the deep fryer. Before we begin frying our shrimp, you want to make sure that you have a cooling rack with an 11 by 17 inch baking pan underneath it ready before you fry your shrimp. Alright, let's get started with breading our shrimp tails. So we're going to take a handful of the shrimp tails and you're going to add them into the seasoned egg batter. Take your hand and move the shrimp tails around to coat them with that seasoned egg batter. Quickly remove the shrimp tails out of the seasoned egg batter and transfer them into the seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. Cover the Tupperware with a lid and shake the Tupperware to coat those shrimp tails with that seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. Remove the shrimp tails out of the seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter and give the shrimp tails a quick shake as you want a light coating. And from there, you're going to take the shrimp tails and you're going to add them into the hot oil. Now I want to let you all know that frying times vary depending on the size of the shrimp. Let these fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, it's been about 2 to 3 minutes now and our shrimp should be thoroughly cooked. So we're going to take a mesh straining spoon and we're going to remove the shrimp tails from out of the hot oil. And wow, look at how nice, beautiful golden brown that looks. Look at that. Now you're going to wait a few seconds as you want some of the oil to drain back into the pot. Take these shrimp tails and you're going to add them onto a cooling rack with an 11 by 17 inch baking pan underneath it. Let this cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, here we have our French bread. Now this is a New Orleans Baguette style French bread that I have here. Take a serrated knife and you're going to cut a 12-inch, that's 1 foot section of the French bread off. Now you can also cut it into 6 inches if you want to, if you're making 6-inch long sandwiches. Alright, now that we have that nice and cut, we're going to turn the French bread on its side and you're going to take a serrated knife and you're going to cut into the side of the French bread as well, going down the length. And you're going to take the serrated knife and you're going to cut down into the French bread, ensuring that the blade does not reach through the opposite side of the French bread. Alright, that looks good. Now we're going to open the French bread up. And there we go. Set your oven broiler to high. Alright, I placed my French bread onto 11 by 17 inch baking pan. I've melted 2 to 3 tablespoons of salted butter. And I have a pastry brush. I'm going to take that pastry brush and I'm going to brush the melted butter onto the French bread. Add as much as you like. Alright, perfect. Now Now you're going to place this into the broiler part of your oven because we're going to toast the French bread. We're going to toast the inside of the French bread, and you're going to let that sit in there for about 15 to 20 seconds. You want to make sure you check it every few seconds to make sure that the bread does not burn. Very important, okay? Alright, it's been about 15 to 20 seconds. Now we're going to go ahead and open up our broiler part of our oven. And as you can see, the bread has a nice little toast to it. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to remove that out of the oven broiler. And from there, you're going to let the French bread cool completely. Oh, and by the way, here's a quick tip. If you want to prevent your French bread from going stale, you can just take it and place it. After the French bread is cooled, you can take it and place it into a clear plastic bag, just as you see here. And that will keep the French bread fresh. Alright, let's dress our po' boys. So here we have our French bread toasted and ready to go. Okay, we're going to take a butter knife and we're going to generously spread some mayonnaise onto one side of the French bread. Add as much mayonnaise as you like. And there we go. Next, we're going to take some ketchup and we're just going to add that onto the French bread. As you can see, I'm a little messy with it, but that's alright. Okay, next you're going to add your romaine lettuce. And again, on the same side of the French bread where you added your mayonnaise and your ketchup. And afterwards, you're going to add your tomato slices, followed by your pickles, your sliced pickles. Now, this is the bread and butter chips, so this is really good. So I'm adding that on there. And lastly, we're going to add our fried shrimp right on top. Try not to overfill it. You don't want to put too much on there because you won't be able to close the sandwich. And from there, you're going to take your hands and you're going to place it underneath the French bread and close the sandwich. And after that, the shrimp po' boy is ready to be served. You can also cut it into sections if you like and go from there. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. New Orleans fried shrimp po' boy, made by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on X, formerly Twitter, under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Boy, when I tell y'all well seasoned and delicious, I mean that shrimp, and it blends well with the lettuce, tomato, pickles, and that mayonnaise and the ketchup, and then you have the baguette style French bread with that butter on it. Ooh, boy, when I tell you, it is delicious. It is a winner. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling y'all, try the recipe. Delicious. It's gonna please all your guests at the dinner table. Yes. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.